All right, guys. Howdy. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Let's try this again. We might be back. We might be back here. We might be back in the market. Joe, let me know if this is coming through the YouTube. So Q's found a nice flush, a little failed auction so far, or is it back testing the breakdown? Are we going to die more? I don't know. Nvidia's still pretty strong. Looks like it's trying to base and form a nice higher low. Tesla's trying to form a higher low. Makes me think that maybe, just maybe, we might have failed a breakdown and we got to push up now. All right, until I get word whether you can hear me or not, I'm going to pretend like you can hear me, you can see me. We have a trade on in Tesla, not in this account. We have some options on off the 445. I took next week 460 calls. I think they look pretty darn good. Nvidia is also on my watch list. I kind of want to pull the trigger. I'm in Nvidia long shares in this account here. This is just a little swing account that we're trying to pass here, a little new one. And so, in case you can't read my charts, we have SPY in the top left, Q's top or bottom left. We have Tesla middle bottom, Nvidia bottom right, VXX top right, just to keep track of volatility, and in the middle here, kind of a little flex spot. And right now it's just Nvidia long because that's what I'm actually trading. So, moving on around the markets, we have had some shake and bake out of the gates here. Looked like we wanted to break out pre-market on, I believe this was a jobs report, some kind of data. And then just we have been dealing with some headlines today, some Trump tweets. We have some volatility geopolitically with the Iran situation escalating. And you know what? The market is doing its best to hold on. We'll see if it can. It really needs to reclaim this previous wick down area. All right. Joe is saying it all seems good. So let me know if you can hear me, guys. If there's anybody here, if you are here, I appreciate you because I know it was a little bit shaky there. Gotta gotta do some troubleshooting and figure out what's going on. But we're here now and we're gonna make the most of it here with the last 16 minutes left in the day. We want to see if SPY can reclaim this bottoming area. Q is already looking a lot stronger, so we want to see them continue to lead the way up here. I'm going to draw out some zones of interest. Zones of interest. SPY is still in the danger zone here. But we got risk on looking a little bit better. Tesla in the middle here. We're going to zoom out to a 5-minute to get our bearings because I think that it's posting an inside day under this 450 pivot. So we'll see if it can surge up to VWAP. That'd be really nice. Make me feel a little better about the swing position I'm in. Ideally, we're forming a higher low off of this previous area, which we wicked into, transacted. If we look at that as support, maybe this previous basing range here. Yeah, that held nicely. And now we can push up back to this area of interest up here. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. All right, I'm going to zoom on in because I think what we have on Tesla as well is a downtrend line break. Not the most high probability of setups because there needs to be confluences in the setup. You can't just go just off that. Usually I want my oscillators to be properly formed. Usually that means making sure that it's based long enough that they can kind of curl over and give us that momentum to the upside. Otherwise, you'll get these fake moves up, kind of like this one midday on Tesla. I'll zoom in. This one midday here. You think it's a higher low, but really needs to come down and then rebase and form a new higher low and then try to push off. So until we can really reclaim this previous sell level, which you see we are still selling off of, this is still in the danger zone as well. But if we flip it, then we're back off to the races, I think. Another thing we can look at are the fibs here. And we can see we just came up and ding, hit the 50. And now we're back in the area of interest, seeing if we can hold and push on up. That's our pivot. It aligns perfectly. So because it aligns perfectly, it makes me think that this will hold as a low because, hey, it's so neat and tidy. It would be very pretty and clean if this was the 50% fib. right here where we fell off and came back, reclaimed, and then started to push up in the week. So again, I'm bullish, but not necessarily intraday here. I mean, I think it'll be a strong close, I'd hope. But in general, we're looking at this as a weekly setup here. And here's the daily chart. And ideally, we made a higher low. And we can curl up and fill this gap. That's really the only trade I'm looking for. Just to trade from the 445 right up here. That's the idea. So moving on back to our grid here. What do we see? We see SPY still resilient. The whole line. Still trying to hold this rising short-term moving average. If so, the algorithm is still on to bid this short-term. The high-frequency trading algorithm. NVIDIA in the bottom right, still digesting the space, but it looks like it wants to go. Looks like it's well developed here in the bottom. It wants to push up. And we'll put a fib on that as well. That level is right where we sold off here. Tesla's starting to catch a little bid there. And as we see Qs popping as well, we like to see that. This is a 1 minute on Qs here. We have a 5 minute in the top left. So let's move that to the 1 minute. Get down into it. See if the SPY can follow suit. It is nicely. Perfect. So we've gotten the tick over this previous swing high. That shows an incentive by the market to want to break this market structure. Microstructure, we pushed up, we came down, we found a new range, pushed the new low. So now we are dipping back into internal liquidity in this range, but we are showing a microstructure break, specifically over this sell level. And now we can entertain the possibility of working our way back up. Next stop on the list is going to be VWAP. Double check my other chart, make sure I got the right VWAP. VWAP quite a ways above us here on my my other chart. 93.61 on SPY. On Qs, it's going to be closer, but not very close. That one's still at 626.33. And while we're here, I can just check on IWM. Underperforming here into the close, but holding a nice range, not too far under the low here. So moving on back here. We have a little shake and bake pop and drop so far. We just want to see this be a back test on these indices, hold up, and keep on going. So Qs in the bottom left here are going to be the strongest. Zooming on in, we see the nice push up. We want to see it sweep this next high now. See it's trading back into this zone, this 25 handle, testing. We want to see it roll right underneath and push on up. Hey, Bacaro. Awesome. Let's see. You shorted X-Air at 231, out at 206. Green Day. Let's go, baby. Let's look at your trade here. X-Air. Never heard of this one. We got Beyond Air. Is that like Beyond Meat, but for air? I like that. All right. Shorted at 231. Nice. Okay, let's see. In the middle of the range, looks like maybe you shorted. When did you short? Let's see. We got out at 206. Nice trade. All right. So really nice exit, identifying this being the bottom of the range. See once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6 times today that range has been played with and respected to some degree, just over the 2. So what you can kind of tell is that what I would say, so you really nice exit. I'm not sure if you got out here, probably, maybe here, but really nice there. Uh, See, for me, this is a little spooky. Range like this, I would be looking for an entry somewhere. Once it's kind of pushed up, made this high and this high, and then maybe it sweeps and rejects, and maybe I'd get in here and get scared there, but my stop's over here, something like that, just so you're in the upper part of this range. And that would give you a little bit more safety, but still really nice exit there. And some traders can totally sell the 50. It's just not totally my style. Sorry, by the way, Joe, just let me know if you need something. I'm watching our chat as well. All right, so this one here, just coming back into this range that we just drew and popping its head off here. So keep an eye on this 245 to 250 level there if you're trading around this guy. But yeah, definitely a lot of money to be made range bound on these big movers when there's volatility. So we have Tesla, a little bit of a fade here. Q's really nice push. SPY even nicer, beautiful. So we are seeing a nice push in the indices trying to catch us here. We would like to see Tesla play ball. Interesting to see that it is not, but this is the mock candle. Okay, that was the mock candle selling. I see. Not the best sign for my swing. I'll probably close one of those contracts. So SPY, nice push. I want to see if how this pairs off in 5 minutes. And NVIDIA still kind of holding here. I think I will probably hold that. I think we have a little bit of upside into tomorrow morning, and then there might be some volatility. So I kind of want to swing just a little bit, book a little profits, and then wait and see how the volatility settles. See if there is a trade to be made. But yeah, this week I'm watching and waiting. I think we are going to break out, but I got to wait and see because we could be playing a game of chicken and selling first, And I really want to see a reclaim of the previous all time highs on SPY. I forget the exact level, but that's the level we're kind of dancing around. And once we can reclaim that with volume, then I'll be really interested in essentially, playing for the range breakout, the pattern breakout. I'll pull up a daily chart on the indices. Really nice push here. This looks like we're bottoming, in my opinion, for into tomorrow. So SPY, we're forming a nice range at the top of this big ascending triangle. We're digesting selling pressure above this previous neckline. So we did hold this. Okay, we didn't quite come down and test it. Where is the level I want to see? So that's important that we kind of reheld this secondary push up higher. And I guess I just want to see this continue to tighten up as these moving averages come, and then we should get guided up and squeeze up. Ideally, we could see a decent sell just because we are in kind of a rising pattern as well. But I would like to think that that would hold. Like kind of just do a fake breakdown, hold the general bigger structure, and provide a kind of a back test on that ascending triangle instead of just a harsh sell. So I'm seeing NVIDIA with the nice wick up there. Tesla doing a whole lot of nothing. Looks like it might need to come down back to this previous basing level. Still think it's looking kind of okay for a swing as a knife's down. So we'll keep an eye on it for sure. SPY and Q's pushing really nicely. We like to see that for sure. Don't like to see the counter bidding on our stock. That feels bad. But going to stick with the idea. In general, I think Tesla's posting an inside day and trying to make that move up to fill the gap at 673 up here. So might be just a day to hang in there and wait for the push. We might see one more entry tomorrow as well off of that 445, or potentially a little lower, but I wouldn't like to see it lower. I'd like to see it hold there. So see this blue swooping 50-day? That one held nicely, so that should rise just a tiny bit and provide a nice higher low if we need to go down that far. I'd like to see us hold and close above this 9 EMA that we're fighting for. See, we're fighting for it into the close. So that's Algo's trying to kind of paint the tape and make their side look a little bit better. Bring Tesla back in here. Yeah, fighting for this level. Oh, and a little bit into close. Oh, I like that. All right, shaking them out. Now they're showing their hand into the bell. So this makes me feel much better about the swing. It looks like we are up decently on NVIDIA long too. That one must be bidding the close. Very nice bid on that. Okay, great. So yeah, we are long the NVDL for the swing. We're long Tesla in the other account. Gonna hold both. Howdy, Tuck. Yeah, BCTX apparently trying to push. We can take a look at that too. Wow, okay, nice move there. We got a dollar pop plus on this. It's holding, looks like it's holding the 50% of this push up. So we can watch this and see, yeah, it's holding the 50% and looks like the 2-day VWAP as well. Or that might actually be the 1-day VWAP if there was a lot of volume transacted up here. Either way, we're watching and seeing if the spread, pretty wide spread, if it can keep transacting at the top or if the bears can kind of take control, bop this down. We can see the ideal entry would be in this golden pocket down here. We would see a push down to this 21-minute EMA and then a hold there. So that might happen, or it might just hold this 50 right here. It looks like it's trying to keep on squeezing and pushing on up. So next level will be a push of the highs, and then you can look for a range extension. We're going to switch this fib around so we can get the extensions out the top here. And what do we see? 127 fib is going to be 1236. That's going to be your first target, first stop after the breach of the high, which it looks like it's going to get here. All right, guys, if you are in this BCTX, buckle up. Looks explosive here. So for me personally, I would put my stop under this low now that we got a high volume bid. If this bid fails, I don't want to be in it. We're going to move this to full screen as well, just because this one looks like it's going to move here into the close. All right. Spread is dancing and widening up here. Let's look and pull the spread up on the side, BCTX. All right, here we have, looks like nothing too major on the books here, so we got to just watch and see what happens. Like I said, I'd like to see this bid hold. If it fails, then it can get popped back down into here for potential reaccumulation, potential rejection. If you are a short small cap trader, definitely wait for this to fail the high volume area. Be careful trying to short something that may just trade sideways a little bit, then sellers could dry up and it could just squeeze again. So yeah, I really like the big volume here. Like that it's tightening up here too. You see the spread tightening, this little band. So looking good, looking good. And as that progresses here, we will keep on watching our other names. Got Tesla pushing up nicely, looking healthy. NVIDIA, beautiful close. This one's going to close very strong. And we can start looking at the daily candles on these as well, seeing where the daily candle is going to close. Tesla, for example, is going to put in a red candle, but a nice hammer and an inside hammer, closing over moving averages after back testing them. That's healthy, I think. I'm pretty sure that's healthy for a swing. They might chop out the shorter dated options, but I think I have enough time. Anyways, NVIDIA here posting a really, really interesting candle. It's a doji. It's 3 top wicks in a row, but it's also 4 days in a row with clear demand under this 185 handle. So the 185 pivot, it's nice that we're closing above that, showing that we want to show at least an incentive to push higher. Essentially what we're seeing is a kind of handle forming here. Little handle there. A little double bottom into a handle. If it can break, it tried to today, failed, back tested, and held, it seems. So I think the next incentive is for it to try to push up and reach this 190. If it rejects 190, very possible, then it could sell off. That's definitely an area of interest. But so is down here. So we're just in this kind of range until we break one side of it. And it's getting really tight. And it did show an incentive to break out twice, and it's holding the bottom as these moving averages come. So I am biased up a little bit. Oh, here we have BCTX breaking down through that high volume. So this is looking spicy. This is a potential death candle if this closes below here now, and it could just let the air out of this move. No idea what the catalyst or lack thereof is on this name. Big moves there. Big moves there. It's showing a wick up. Somebody last bought at 11.17, but the spread is very wide. All right. That is going to be the market close, guys. Pencils down, pencils down. Tesla, a nice ascending triangle kind of base on the 1 minute into the bell. Wonder if that'll lead to a little bit of push up. But more importantly, like I said, the daily candle with a nice hammer there, that keeps us in it. We'll look at the daily on NVIDIA. This close was technically a bullish candle, a little questionable, but we're going to call this bullish over the pivot, and maybe a little ambiguity is good. Maybe that's just going to transfer those shares from the weak hands to the strong hands, and the strong hands are going to hold for the push up here, because I think it's just about ready to come up and test this bigger zone. Just kissed it. See where these previous sellers on the wicks came in before. Then where we tried to hold this pivot before we fell off, and then we bounced there and rejected. So that is the area where I'd like to see transacted again, the 195 to 196-ish area. So that's the next stop, I do believe. Or we lose this and then we drop pretty fast back to this 177. The 177 is going to be a big level there. Let's go like this. The other way. All right, I'm getting outsmarted by my volume profile. But the point being that essentially we're in the middle of a range and we are trying to curl up and push out. But you know what? It is still the middle of the range. So it could go either way. So if we do lose this, beeline down to here. Otherwise, probably going to push up here and eventually make its way on up and out because I don't think the AI trade's over. Okay, guys, we are a minute or two after the bell here. I didn't do much today. I think I'm coming down with a cold. So no trading for me. But a lot of things starting to set up. So watching for early volatility in the morning to provide buying opportunities because I'm bullish. If tomorrow does not go well and the market shows me that, then I'm willing to be wrong. I still have cash to deploy, so I kind of want a bigger dip, but I'm not sure we get it. So that's where I'm at. This was Power Hour, at least the end of it. Thanks for sticking with us through the technical difficulties there, and we will be back with a working cast tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, tomorrow is the special webinar with Fabio Valentini, one of the best, if not the best scalpers in the world. So be sure not to miss that. I'm looking forward to it so much. I'm trading super light tomorrow so I can focus on this and take notes. So make sure you're there, guys. It is going to be one for the books. So, guys, have a great day and take it easy. All right. Take care now.